All business expense, or it's to your benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You're taking notes, yeah.
Oh,
That's what
It's always a crap shop. You want
Hold on.
whenever.
Okay, you're ready.
Ready?
Yep.
Call meeting order, Blackford County Commissioners. Join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, Republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
John Lancaster,
Here.
Laura Coons,
Here.
Dan Borgenheimer,
Here.
Aubrey Christ.
Here.
Everybody, glad you could make it today. Got here before the rain great. If you had to walk in it, sorry. I tell you, I'm supposed to dig today and it started raining. Wouldn't you know? So I walked in with my umbrella. Hopefully I scared it off. Calendar of upcoming events. The next commissioners meeting will be Monday, June the 15th at 8:30 in the morning. Next council meeting will be Wednesday, June the 3rd at 6 p.m. Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes of the May 18th regular meeting. If so, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0. Likewise with the executive meeting on May the 20th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0. And the minutes for the May 26th regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0. Meeting business. Judy Porter. East Central Indiana Small Business Development Center.
Good morning.
Morning.
Couple of things. Okay, thank you. So good morning. I am here on my annual pilgrimage to beg for dollars from y'all to support our program. We've done quite a bit of work. Do I need to review what we do for you guys? Are you still familiar with?
You for the folks that
For
are.
the folks, okay. So, I'm with the Indiana Small Business Development Center, and we help businesses start, grow, and flourish. We help startups, people who've been in business for 20, 30 years, and everybody in between. We help get started. We can help people transition out. Some of the services we offer are business planning, financial projections, assistance with that, setup, market research, industry research, and all the things in between. We have access to specialty advisors at the state level, which would be, include agriculture, manufacturing, exporting, that sort of thing, and also certifications. And let's see, the biggest thing, our services are paid for through federal, state, and local dollars. And so that way we can offer everything to our communities at no cost. We also offer trainings and workshops, also at no cost, and people aren't limited to just our region. They can get on our website and see what other regions are doing and register for those as well if they want to drive somewhere, or a lot of those are virtual. So we offer that as well. We actually have a dedicated program specialist in our office that takes care of all of our programming. The paper I handed out to you is our business development report from these statistics are all from 2025, the work that we've done up here. That first box is the metrics for this, or for Blackford County in particular. And then underneath that, that pretty lengthy section is, we have an ecosystem navigator who has spent quite a bit of time up here working with people that may or may not become actual clients. People that work with her don't have to sign our confidentiality agreements and become clients with us, but she can still work with populations up here without having that signed agreement. Her parameter, her guidelines are a little bit different than what our business advisors are held to. So she's done quite a bit of work up here. I didn't put, she gave me a much, I don't know if you've met Zina, but she's very, detailed and has lots of information, so I kind of pared that down and took out any personal identifying things just to protect those people. But she's been up here quite a bit doing some good work. And then also as far as workshops that we've offered, we've offered several, but just we had 2 tax workshops as well that were virtual that we do at the beginning of the year every year for clients. I did want to mention, I know this isn't in 2025, but just recently, I saw the mayor from Montpelier come in. Elkins Mowing, are you familiar with them? Yep. So, I was just up here last Friday, we nominated, Austin Elkins from Montpelier for, the Small Business Impact Award for veteran-owned business, and he was selected at the state level. So he was honored, beginning of May at our network meeting. He got to come, well, he was in New York, so his dad, his dad came and accepted his award, but he got a nice trophy, got some recognition. And then our lead center went on a road show, and actually we went to Austin's house last Friday and did, like a little celebration thing. So that was kind of cool. So we're putting Montpelier on the map, or we're helping, or Austin's putting Montpelier on the map. So he's doing some good work. And also, I didn't realize Jenny and George was right across the street from that, because they were also selected in our yearbook last year and had some recognition, or 2 years ago. Anyway, so that's a little bit of what we do. The reason I'm here today is to thank you for all of your support over the past few years, and I was here to request that you continue funding our program. Your dollars make an impact in your community and help us to do that. So I was requesting again 5,000, which is what we've done the last few years. So that's kind of where we're at. Did you have any questions for me?
Any questions?
Oh, thank you.
Let's say,
Lauren, how are we doing for this budget?
This will be
This is
next
for
year.
27.
That's for 27.
47.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll make a motion. We support the Small Business Development Center with $5,000 request.
I'll second that.
moving and seconded, all those in favor? 3-0.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Al Holdren and Mike Stoltz with Leap IT.
Lord, there are for you guys and then also for council. Those probably.
Okay, very good.
And Laura, thank you guys so much. We are really bringing to you some ideas, and as you're in budget, heaven or hell, whichever it is, this time of the year, good to just have some general information. We're talking about your IT services, and we're asking, Laura, thank you for your day the other day. We did a complete walkthrough, and with Lisa also, thank you for starting the fight. So we appreciate that. I had that also just for disclosure. Jim Weissman, I'm only known for way too long. I think he would probably say that. I had a conversation with Jim. Laura indicated just that there were some things that come down from the council. Just wanted you to really take a comprehensive look at what you have, what's good, what's bad, all those kind of things. We were in every office. I think we saw every computer, talked to every department head. What do you like? What don't you like? What are you getting? What are you not getting? I think what you're going to see here is that we put together a pretty comprehensive and I think evaluation of really what you've got, and then obviously a proposal. We would love to do that work as contracts would end next year. We'd love the opportunity to step in if you so choose to do that. A little background, and we're going to skip through that proposal. If you go to the page that Laura's on, that looks like a stoplight. So if you go to that page, a lot of the initial information is really just some collateral information about about the history of LEAP, and the short story of it is the company's been around for 90 years in Muncie. It's third generation owned by the Thomas brothers now currently. Mike is, when we say that, you currently don't have a local presence. Your local presence is out of Indianapolis, with that. We bring a little bit of a different, we have a local presence. Old Hartford City boy here, Eaton kid here, sorry, not in the same county, but we always claim Hartford City. As part of that, the company we work with, and also just so you know, besides just family ownership, there's a lot, it becomes very personal to us. At East Central Indiana is obviously great clients for us. Anything in that area is close. You're talking 50+ people, literally 15 miles away from you. So some of the local clients that we work with. We do all of Randolph County currently. We do all of Jay County currently. We do all of Winchester currently, City of Muncie, some other conversations with some other local county governments we can't talk about right now. So it's a good dovetail because we're already here. And what we're proposing to do for you, we're already doing for 2 like counties that are touching borders with you, or at least adjacent borders with that. The numbers, we don't know. We pitch what we think's appropriate. Okay, so it's never, is it apples and apples? We don't, sometimes we've seen, we got a copy of the redacted contract with that. So we did as best we can to get apples and apples, but there's sometimes things that just aren't being done. That page that with the stoplight report on that, if you go to that, just a quick explanation. And here's the thing. It's not that anybody coming in that just walks in and just says, well, everything's awful. That's not true. It's just not true. When you look at that, we approach things from it's a red, yellow, green. If you're in the green, those are areas that we think that you're in a pretty good position with, and you really don't need to spend money on. Anything in the yellow could be things that could be kicked down the road for a little bit. Obviously, you're facing, a couple of you guys, you're facing the Senate Bill 1 that's monumental and unprecedented in the state of Indiana. So we totally understand that. That doesn't always mean that sometimes you didn't have appropriate services. And the only reason I think that we even started having conversation was that maybe you were being underserved in some areas with that. So if we can fix that, that was our goal, and that was where the pricing and where the proposals come about. We think what we proposed is appropriate. We don't think it's over the top, but it's going to be a lot better than what you have. We're talking about response times. The things that need to be addressed are all those things in that red area. Those are anything red is really critical, and we start looking at those. If you go down to that second red item, I would categorize that lack of document disaster recovery. If something happens, and Lord indicated, we talked about the court systems. They get a little touchy. Judges get a little touchy when things aren't working. We see that in Muncie, working with them. Their stuff's got to work. They don't like kicking trials down the road. If you'd have an issue, and we would identify that as probably one of the most critical areas with that sheriff's department, by all means, we've got to protect those guys. They've got to know if something goes down, it can come up pretty quick with that. So that's a number one area. Number two, underneath that, are you getting adequate response time? Is somebody calling, when you call in or they send a ticket in, are you getting a call back like that? And the answer is, I don't think so. That's not what we have seen. And then that third one up at the top, the areas needing organized. Let's go to that next one. Actually, I want you to go back 2 pages. There's some pictures.
Let's see, is that really good? We'll see one right last. I don't even see it.
Yeah. And
I see it.
And that's not to sensationalize or anything else. We saw what we saw. We took pictures of what we saw. And here's the thing, don't feel special. We have never walked into a place, whether it's county, city government, and or probably any other client, that didn't look like it was spaghetti thrown on a refrigerator and you're trying to sort it. Here's the problem. That puts you at risk. that puts you at risk and it drops down to one of those three red categories. Here's the thing, even today, if you had a problem and a current supplier couldn't fix it, if you called us, it would be a day or two, because there's no plan, there's nothing else. I tell you that leads into what you don't have is that you don't have a master plan, you don't have an order of events, you don't have a disaster recovery plan that is written, that the state really prefers to see. With all that said, well, here's what we would propose to you. You need someone that is going to work with you and come and report to you, meet with you on maybe a quarterly, bi-yearly basis, worst case, a yearly basis, saying, here's a plan. Going back through that next page after that, you start getting into things that we would do. Everything we do for you is going to be an order of events, bullet pointed. Here's the way it's going to go. Here's the master plan. As commissioners, you're trying to manage what? Bridges, IT, personnel, insurance. God forbid you're running a company. I mean, it's really well, we try to get you to the point where you don't have to worry about IT. Here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do in the first 90 days. Here's the next 90 days. Here's quarterly what's going on. And here's where we see problems. And then also, we feel like we've got to work with you budgetarily to go and say, hey, projects coming up down the road, these red projects we need to work with, and they may be things outside the scope of your normal IT service. With that being said, how much are those going to be? That point, you go, you need a $25,000 here, you need $50,000 here. You'd like to know that because you've got a budget a year ahead of time for that. So our goal would be is that we're going to put all of that in place for you. And that would be part of the service. Up to the point, your contract's not due until June of next year. So we're obviously in a budget phase now. What we would propose to you is that free of charge from now until next year, if you would choose to, if you like the plan, you approve the plan, the budget. Is it a budget decrease or increase? I don't have any idea. We don't know what the existing numbers are. We don't really care. We're going to always put something forth to you that is appropriate size. And you can have conversations with any of the commissioners, auditors, and I can tell you, Randolph J. Kent, make the phone calls. Go talk to them. If they hate us, I'll never see you again. If they love us, I'll expect another invitation to come back and talk with you. I think we know what you're going to hear. Here's the reality with that. As we put those numbers together and as you look at those things, we think that we can clean up the. Obviously, I will tell you that in a year after we take a contract, they couldn't take pictures of our stuff. They can show them to you. I think you'll be happy with it because the reality is we're going to have to go through very carefully. We've been some places where if that one cable that's run all over the place gets unplugged, your county shuts down because it's critical to the internet or whatever. It's nothing's labeled, nothing's there. We'll go back. You're going to get a diagram, and here's here's where everything's plugged in, and here's where it goes to. Companies change, contracts change. We would always hope that if whoever would follow us, we hope that's not within my lifetime, but whoever would follow us could walk in with that documentation and go, oh, there it is. There's the issue. And we think you deserve that. You should already have that, and you don't. So you've got some things that are mission critical. You have some other things you're not. Let's don't spend money where you don't need to spend money. One issue that is outside the scope of that we just don't know. We did a one-day walkthrough. This was not a we don't have our tool sets on. We didn't look at comprehensively. There was no time to go do that, or that was what we were asked to do. Your infrastructure is old. It's old. I'm not saying it's bad. Right now it's working, but we don't know when the brakes are going to go out on that. And the reality is they're probably toward end of life with some pieces of equipment just because of the age of them. When you start getting things that are 8, 9, 10, 15 years old, they're at end of life. Now, I don't know that that's tomorrow or next year. Man, I couldn't tell you, John Moore. I honestly don't know. We don't think that all of it needs to be replaced immediately. That is not the case. but there are certain things with switches, and here's the thing. That's why our company has smart Hartford City guys. That is not something that I can dictate. That's what Mike and his team will actually indicate to us. And part of that, the reason that we say, hey, you need to go get rid of absolute nightmare for you, for us, and for the other company. I don't know the other company, don't care with that, but here, fair is fair. You gotta be fair to people with whatever their contracts are up. We hope if we were on the other side of that, somebody be fair to us. That's why we want to be the consultant for a year. That's 10 hours a month. That's free of charge to you, that we're gonna act as a consultant. Well, that'll give us an opportunity if you would choose to go forward. We can start prior to that June and say, okay, infrastructure wise maybe need to be replaced in the order that they should be replaced by the priority that maybe you guys set. We don't have to set that. We think that the courts and the courts, auditors often going to become important people like the sheriff. Those have to be some priorities with that. We would throw out and we would give you our list. You can revise that list. And then we would start doing some pretty extensive looking into putting some tool sets on. There's no reason to jump into it and make things worse. Right now, I think we're a little bit, you're basically you're driving without insurance. But I think we can do that for a while until we can give you an additional comprehensive plan besides what's in there. The final page, and I'll leave so everybody else, we bored everybody behind me. My apologies.
They're not snoring yet, so they're not snoring yet, so
Okay, well, good. That's hopefully you never know, living and eating, there's probably 3 relatives in the room. So that's the other thing. So you got pricing that is involved there. Right now, what you would be talking about. What we think is that you're underserved, but you may not have enough of a contract either, in fairness both ways. That was our feel. That's what we came back to. We spent a lot of time trying to what's appropriate for you. So when you look at those numbers, the numbers on the left at the top up there on that page, that's 50 hours a month. Well, I'll tell you what we've done. The great thing is we know approximately how much time you're gonna need based upon 2 adjacent, similar size. You're a little bit smaller, but similar size counties and what we're spending there. We've got some historical record of that now. So that's how and we think, honestly, there's nobody else around that can give you apples to apples. We know what apples and apples is because we're already doing it. There's obviously an onboarding fee. With that also, if you make a change, those things are painful. The only thing that we haven't given you numbers on and that we're happy to get in, it would be a little bit of a educated guess as we would go throughout the year. If you decide, hey, we're going to go with you, we'd like to have that free consultancy, we'll work with that other company. Don't get me wrong. Anytime there's a replacement, somebody's losing a contract, I don't know that we're going to be hugging. Okay, but still, it's a situation that the one thing for a budgetarily, and I think we could go back and give you some ballpark numbers. What's some of that infrastructure going to cost? Because that's going to be project work outside of your normal month-to-month thing. We are happy to do that, and if you need that, and if council needs those numbers so that you get some kind of a budget approved for that, we are happy to do that, and we will work with you on that. Questions, and I'll shut up and please sit down so you can get forward. You good? Lord, thank you. Guys,
we're taking another advisement.
we appreciate the opportunity. You guys have been awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Department heads, Sheriff.
We're at 60 now, and
48, 106, a misdemeanor, 40 gives me. 46 gives you.
That isn't working.
No,
Not anymore.
no. So. What I gave you was, we're gonna be retiring Canine Brit because of medical reasons. He's 6 years old, 8 to 10 years. But he's that hip problem. The vet's recommended that we retire him. Typically in situations like this, I draft a solution, a bill of sale, release the liability for you guys to look at. But be my recommendation that we don't.
We need to, I'll bring, have a look at it, we get, should be able to take care of that next meeting maybe.
And I still don't have anything from Titan Electric on. Like, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Sheriff, you would replace that dog down the road? What's your longer term plan on that?
Yeah, I'd like to have two.
This will take us to one.
Yes, take us to one. The city has two, and the way we've been doing it, we work our shifts out before we have a canine every day. So without him, we don't have that. It'll be a shift where we don't have it, but we'll work around it. And we gotta make sure we have somebody who's good for that position. Once you have that position, you're locked into it.
We're talking around maybe.
Yep.
And do we specialize our dogs? Or do, I mean, forgive my ignorance, because I really don't know. I mean, I have dogs that can detect drugs.
Yeah.
Are there other stuff in there now?
And then they also are drug detection.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
John, County Highway.
Good morning, Donald, the County Highway Department. Got a few things. The last time I came to you guys and talked to you about our underground storage tanks, and I brought a proposal from Sourcewell to you guys. I am asking you guys to allow me to let Sourcewell expire. After I've had conversations with IDEM, they require at least 3 bids for the decommissioning of the underground storage tanks. Sourcewell is a governmental company that you can use that allows you to not have to do that. But IDEM is recommending strongly to be eligible for any kind of reimbursement that we get at least 3 bids. So I'm just basically telling you that I'm gonna let that expire. We're still gonna need to talk to council about some money. I think we got an understanding of what it's gonna be. But we're still gonna have to move forward on it. I still can't get an answer from Smith Insurance, whether our teams will be covered after this to get taken care of this year, but it's gonna be a process, so. So the other thing, I know I've had in my budget, we've been looking at papers. We've been working with Cat and Brandeis. Brandeis is the only company that's been able to come up with a, we're in talks with them about paying for part of it this year out of my budget and then paying the rest of it next year. I rebudget for next year. We haven't actually seen the paper yet. We're trying to get it's out on loan right now. It's 2023 model. Vogel. Don't ask. So. I'll basically pay what's ever in the 26 budget, and then as soon as the 27 budget comes effective, we'll pay it off.
That's 26 and 27, John.
What's the total figure for the payment?
381. 381,400
Now
dollars.
compare that to the price of the new one,
A new one's over
just a
$500,000.
guess, half a mil.
Yeah, over $500,000. I do know Randolph County bought their new one 3 years ago and it was 500,000 in. So. If you want me to look into new ones, I will.
You do well looking into what you know that we need, and so far, everybody has, every piece of equipment that you've gotten has been worth the money, so.
We taken a pretty good hit here the last couple of
Yes,
weeks
we have.
with money, so. Just a little update. I know we've been a lot of talk about the fines and the fees drop route trucks. I told you guys, it's been a long time since I reported that. We just have 2 outstanding invoices, that Leeward has not paid, but we've collected $40,000. I can break that down a little bit better. On the solar side, truck fees, $29,500. Sign damage, $223. On the wind side, $10,500 for truck fees, $1,400 in sign damage, and $42,000 roughly in small structure repair. Now, the solar side is going to have to replace another small structure on 100 South between 6 and 700 East. What's really sad about it is the brand new pipe that I put in before this project started. They can't seem to drive on the road, so they're driving off the road and have got the ash and structurally compromised. So the other thing, we've talked about this. It's been brought to my attention by RWE and Mark Townsend. There's supposedly a piece of land out on 100 East at 400 North that is deeded to Blackford County. The best thing that I can come up with, and he brought me a map, that it is the section of road on 100 East that leads north up to the open ditch. Talking with Kim Penrod, is about the oldest person on the highway department that's still living that has any information. We surmise that at some point in time, 100 East came down to an old homestead on the north side of the ditch. So Townsend owns that whole square mile section, plus he owns some on the east side of the road. So we're surmising that the reason that they deeded that 24-foot of right of way through there was to extend the road past the culvert pipe to hook up with the other part of 100 East. Basically, RWE was wanting us to get into an agreement to put a turnaround in or whatever. But I'm recommending to you guys that we stay out of that, because from what I'm reading, the 24-foot right of way that's deeded to us is, and it says in here in the deeds, for road purpose. So we're assuming that that is the actual road that is there now. So any turnaround or whatever that takes place will be with Mark Townsend and whatever agreement, if he makes one on there, and it won't involve us. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that and what I've dug into on that. So the other thing, I brought to you guys last meeting, the RWE road upgrade list. I'm not sure what they with it. Because of Lake Trout 300 East project, we done the stabilization on 300 East for 2 miles south of 18 and the half mile up on 500 North, the railroad track. It's been discussed all along that we wanted an 18-foot road in there. They widened it out, put stone, 21 feet wide. And the discussion before, the day before they chip and sealed it was 18-foot road. That would give us at least a foot to foot and a half of berm. They sprayed the damn thing 21 feet wide. So not sure what we're gonna do, because it is a huge problem now. It's a false sense of security that the road will hold up if they're right on the edge.
Right. Okay.
And, talking with them, and I've talked with Warren, and they're like, sorry.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
have to get with probably Aubrey and Rick, and we're gonna have to make it 18 so that we have the berm, because you're gonna lose, well, you're gonna lose ditch too.
yeah, I mean, they're already at
It's
the,
already issues, so.
yeah, it's already at the edge of the ditch.
And it needs to be expedited, it can't wait, so.
So I'm not sure if we do the upgrades on RWE, they're gonna do the same thing, because there's only just a few
Yeah, we
companies
just have
that,
to verify that,
you know, I'm not willing to go through that.
right, no,
And I'm not willing to put our citizens at risk.
Yep.
For that mess now.
understood.
So I'm just being honest with you guys. It's totally ticked me off.
Yep.
And I had some choice words for them guys. When
Well-
we talked on the phone.
Probably set up to talk to Aubrey and.
The sad part about it is we talked the day before they done it.
And it
I
is
talked
anyway.
to the head guy over there, Ray Chapman, and the head guy from EPC. And they both understood, because we had to dig out some soft spots,
Right,
Yeah, you did.
because they said, well, it's within the 18-foot road. Or what, they said it wasn't, but I went up there and measured it and proved to them that it was. That's why we had to dig them out. Well, then they come in the next day and just spray it
21 feet wide.
21 feet wide. And don't care.
Yep.
So,
Well, we'll have to get a letter wrote up and sent to them immediately, so that will be taken care of. Thank you, sir.
yep,
John, would they have to saw cut that and then just pull it out, or what would they do? Okay.
I'm not sure,
I'm not-
to be honest
I'm
with you.
not-
I mean, it's just a double chip and seal.
Yeah.
It won't come up hard.
No, they won't.
But the problem is, you go to peeling that up, then you're gonna mess the rest of the road up.
Mhm.
I thought about, well, maybe paint it. Well, the paint that you put on the edge is a white line. So on white stone on a white line, you're kind of wasting your money. I mean, you can still see it a little bit, but
You'll
it's,
see a lot of it,
it, you know,
cause,
We'll talk about it.
yeah.
but
we'll get it
that's
squared
still
away.
no guarantee that, you know.
We'll get it stored away. Thanks, sir. Warren,
Nothing new today.
see everybody else skipped out that was sitting back there, huh? How's the health department?
Nothing from the health
Okay.
department. Nothing from the clerk. Stephen. You want me to read it?
Yeah, well, morning, everyone. Just want to let everyone know that the backup internet connections are in place, at the courthouse and the sheriff's department. Over the next 2 weeks, we are going to look into seeing if the courthouse connection can be used to assist the connection for our meetings. I will be on site next Wednesday, the 10th, to support and to walk Comcast around for their preparation to install their internet service. It is always about what is best for the county. Thanks, sir. It takes care of that. The department head report will go for approval of the AP claim.
Regular claims, $334,434.32.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0.
Miscellaneous claims, $319,061.09.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0.
Payroll claims, $55,173.64.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0. Approval of the payroll.
Pay period in 5/22, regular payroll, $186,063.91.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0.
Pay period ending 5/22, OPO, $815.94.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0.
Pay period in 5/22, achievement pay, $500.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? 3-0. Public comment. Tim Sorgen.
I would like to give my minutes to Deb Ryder.
Jeff McCammon,
I'd like to give my 2 minutes to Devin Ryder.
2 minutes. Thank you.
3 minutes.
2. That's what he stated. We'll give you 3.
Good morning.
When Deb.
The document I just gave you is from the Blackford Solar special exception hearing that happened in 2022. And it's regarding their fencing. Have you heard back? Warren wrote a letter to Blackford Solar regarding the fencing. Have you heard back on what they plan to do about that?
Warren, you got a reply?
We're gonna have a meeting with them this week.
This is a document from Lake Trout special exception hearing as well as 2022 about their construction time, their time frame. Has Warren Brown sent a letter to them regarding the fact that they were out of time since 2025?
No, I believe that information is being researched by Aubrey. Or Beasley, correct? In reference to that timeline?
Yes, our associates.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have sent a letter to Blackford Solar, but we have not to Lake Trout.
Excuse me?
At what position does Warren Brown hold with the county?
Warren Brown sent the letter in reference to the fencing at the request of the APC.
The APC requested it,
Well, APC office
requested that he send the letter.
through Sam. She sent this to him and he sent the letter because he's been involved with the negotiations in reference to the agreements that we have, the EDAs, the road use and variance, parts of those set. That's why he sent the letter.
At their request,
Excuse me?
at their request, is what you're
I
saying.
took it to Sam's attention. Sam sent it to him.
This is a letter that Lake Trout sent on April 9th, 2024 to the county. Specifically stating that they had 2 years and were allowed 1 additional year to start construction, which carried them to June 28th, 2025. So my question is, why is construction happening when they were out of time?
This also, I believe, is a part of the first question that you asked, and that's at Beasley.
So why are they not put on hold? And why are they being allowed to continue without the proper? Like,
Beasley's answering that question.
okay, but this has been a well-known fact for a year.
I don't have that answer. The information is at Beasley's.
This is a letter that planning and zoning sent to Lake Trout that tells them they were given 2 years plus 1 year, only at their discretion and only if they received a letter, which did happen, which also states that the timeline ended on June 28th, 2025. My next one is I came in a week and a half ago, requested an application for an appeal.
Okay,
I was told she would have to talk to her attorney.
okay.
So are we not giving out permits? We're not doing anything in area planning and zoning without the attorney actually approving it before it can be done?
I can't answer that for the APC office. I will ask that question. but I cannot answer that for the APC office.
So what did you ask for, Devin?
I asked for an
Appeal.
application to file an appeal. So that is not something that has to be approved by the attorney any more than a permit does. So in other words, you have denied my right for over a week and a half. I sent an email asking for that appeal paper as well, and they still do not have it.
We will discuss that with Sam and Beasley.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then the public comment, does anybody else have anything that needs to come before the commissioners today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Everybody have a great day. Get quick. There you go. I'll go play in the mud.